Hi, everybody. I figured I would do a little live video. I can always answer your questions when I do these, and please do send stars and follows and all of that. So one issue that I work with people on a lot is what about when somebody will not commit to you? What do you do then? Um, what if you've spent years with somebody and they won't commit to you? Somebody asked me to talk about the situation of being a forever girlfriend. And basically, what I see is that when people do not commit, when you have to beg somebody to commit to you, this is not the right relationship. It's not. And I see more and more people go into couples counseling when they're not even married, they don't have kids, they don't share finances, they live separately, but they're in couples counseling. Like, I don't know, like, why not just kind of forget it? Say, like, obviously, I understand easier said than done, but if couples counseling is thought to rectify basic incompatibility issues that start at the inception of a relationship, that is a bridge too far. I'm a big proponent of therapy, but there's also basic compatibility issues to keep in mind. And if you are not compatible within the honeymoon stage, how are you going to be compatible later on when there's more stress in the relationship? You're really not. So I'm not a big proponent of couples counseling as a cure-all. You need to have some skin in the game and some real motivation to make couples counseling work. Like, you're married, you have children, you share a house, like you share a life. If those things are true, any of them, then okay, sure, go to couples counseling. But if you could not even power through an initial honeymoon stage without basic issues like massive conflict and, one person beseeching the other person to commit, this is just a relationship that's probably not meant to be. And instead of wasting your time and money in couples counseling, why don't you actually spend your money and your time more wisely, go into individual therapy and see why is there this pattern where you get into relationships where you're begging somebody to love you. You don't need to be doing that. It's obviously situated in family of origin stuff and confidence and self-esteem. Nobody should be begging somebody to be into them, to commit to them, to listen to them, to hang out with them. These aren't things that you should be doing in an early stage of a relationship. So think about it. Couples counseling is not a cure-all. And I say the earlier you get in, the better, but I mean for basically a committed couple, come in after the honeymoon stage, you start fighting by 5 years into the marriage, something like that. Come in then instead of waiting 20 years. But I do not mean that at your 5 month mark of being with somebody, that's a time to go to couples counseling. That's usually time to just say that it's not working. It's just not working out. And I was somebody told me about the term forever girlfriend, which I had not heard, but it's a situation where somebody just the partner just won't commit, he'll never marry you, and he'll only keep you as a girlfriend. This isn't making you happy. You're always going to feel upset thinking about that your girlfriends are married, have this commitment, and you don't. That's the sort of situation that should be deeply interrogated in individual therapy, not really couples, because a person won't get married. What, the therapist's not going to force him, like that's not the therapist's role. I could see a situation where you have children, you're together for years and years, and you have a different principled stance on. Thank you for the likes. Please, guys, do send likes and follows. That's helpful. Um, but yeah, I can see a situation where you have kids, a house, finances, and just one person, marriage isn't for them, and the other person thinks it is. Okay, fine. You're talking about some sort of philosophical divide, some sort of attachment issues. Great. Thank you for the likes. I guess I just had to ask. But like, if there's nothing there keeping you together except both of your attachment issues are hooking into the other person, so you're locked in this pursuer distancer dynamic right from the first year, I say go. It's not. This is not a situation that's going to make you happy. Everybody deserves to have that time at the beginning of a relationship where they feel very much in love and very much like the other person is equally in love with them. A reciprocity. And if you don't have this, then what is the rest of the relationship built on? At least at the beginning, you have that honeymoon stage. You can go back and think about it later on and feel like this is the right person. If you knew from the very beginning that it's kind of a very difficult situation, situation, you're always begging for somebody's attention, do not stay in that situation. Instead, go into individual counseling, figure out why you're always getting into those situations. You know, I mean, that seems to be more a better use of your time and energy. All right, guys, also join my Facebook group. If you like listening to my lives, I'm sure you would like my Facebook group, where I have some more engagement with me and a lot of fun people talking about funny and interesting things. So do that and follow me on TikTok. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.